All right. Example 1 and check your progress 1 are both asking to show that this is a planar graph, okay? So the first thing that we're going to look at is some of these that cross. If I move this one out, and you do not have to draw all of these in progression, but when you're first starting to do these, sometimes it's kind of nice to have an idea of what's happening and to only move one thing at a time. So this one's still here. I'm going to move this one out here. Okay. So now I don't have anything crossing here. These are crossing here. If I tried to move this one out here and I tried to come out here, it would still cross. So that's not going to work. Okay. So the other one that is crossing is this one. And if I take this one and I move it out here, that'll work. And I can show that this is a planar graph. All right, next one. There's lots of crossing going on. If I move this point up here and this point up here, what'll happen is these will go like this. And so they'll no longer cross. This one will shift up here. Same thing, this one I can shift up here. So I'll draw that. Okay. Now the problem is right here. So I can move this one or I can move this one. If I try to move this one and I come up here, it's still going to cross. But if I try to move this one and I move it out here, it's going from this point to this point, and I can go all the way around like that. So my final graph, and this is not the only answer. You have to realize that with some of these, that we're moving these points and drawing these lines, and what some people find helpful is to label all of them with letters. A lot of these, none of them are labeled, A, B, C, D, whatever the case may be. You can label them whatever so that when you get done, you can say, okay, when I started on this graph over here, A was connected to B. And so when I get done is A, this would have been my A, is still connected to B. Those are both still there. And you can go through and you can double check and make sure that all of those edges are still there. Now, if you can see it right away and you're able to move stuff around and you're able to do it, you do not have to take the time to label all of these. But if you're stuck, you're not sure, that can be something that can be very helpful.